Question 6. Mr. Lim bought some apples and oranges in the ratio of 2:3 respectively. Then he bought another 4 more apples and the ratio becomes 5:6. If he ate 6 of the oranges, what is the new ratio of the number of apples to the number of oranges he has? Now what we have here is that we have 2 sets of ratio. The first one is at the beginning, 2:3, and then the second one is after he bought 4 more apples. So what happens is that, let us look at apples is to oranges, and we have 2:3. From here we're going to draw the model. Okay, for apples you have 2 equal parts, and for oranges you have 3 equal parts. Okay, so we have 2, and we have 1, 2, 3. So we have apples and oranges. Now in the second sentence, we are told that he bought another 4 more apples. So what we're going to look at is that we are just going to look at the apples first, because the oranges would not have changed. But if you look at the new ratio, what we have is apples to oranges becomes 5:6. Now again, you look at the size of the oranges, it should be 3 parts like this. But in the new ratio, you find that you're given a 6. Now if you look at that, they're actually equivalent in the way that if I were to change 3 to 6, all I need to do is that I break it up into 2 parts for each unit. Okay, so here we go. We also break it up into 2 parts. Now what happens is that I'm going to add 4, because that's what we are told in the second sentence, where he bought 4 more apples. So from here I'm going to add on another small part, okay, such that it becomes 5:6. So from here you can see, actually very simply, if you recognize, you can draw one more part which is equivalent to one more of this. Okay, so that it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts for apples and 6 equal parts for oranges. Okay, so that's why we need to do it slowly. We need to recognize the equivalence based on the oranges. Okay, the oranges remain constant, so we can work from there. Alright, so we have 3 and 6 parts. From 3 parts, you make it into 6 equal parts. Very simply done there. Okay, so what happens here is that we have 5:6. Okay, so from here we can find the number of oranges and find the number of apples. Okay, so what we have is, very simply, you can find that 1 unit is actually 4. Okay, we have 1 unit is 4. Right, from what we see, it's equivalent to 1 unit here. Okay, 1 unit is 4. So we need to know how many apples and how many oranges. Okay, so for apples, we can see that the new ratio is 5, right? So we have 5 units, will be 4 times 5, we have 20. Now we only need to know the new one because that's what we are asked for. Okay, so then we have 6 units for oranges. We have 4 times 6, which is equals to 24. So here we can actually write down statement each so that you will not forget. Okay, for the oranges, or if you want to just write a simple note for yourself, oranges, that he had 6 parts there. That is, you have 24. Then you have apples. You have how many? 20. Right. Now, in the last part, you have you are told that he ate 6 of the oranges. So all you need to do is that you minus 6 from the oranges. So we have 24 minus 6. You have 18. Right? So after you get 18 here, all you need to do is that they want to know the ratio of the number of apples to the number of oranges, the new ones. So we identify what we need. We need apples And after you ate the 6 oranges, you have 18. So apples to oranges, you have 20 is to 18. Now we can't leave it like that. We will have to reduce it. So we divide by common number, that is 2. We have 10 is to 9. So that is our answer. So the new ratio is 10 is to 9. Now it's important to also identify that it's apples to oranges, so you have to arrange it such that it's apples to oranges. So our answer is 10 is to 9.